Well, it's finally here. YouTube has officially implemented their AI program and are making strides in worsening both the website and the culture around it. Today, August 13th, 2025, YouTube has rolled out an update to their moderation algorithm that now uses an AI to determine if you are a minor based on your watch habits. If the algorithm flags you as being a minor, then you have to upload a piece of ID or a picture of your face to YouTube as proof of your age. As most of the YouTube community has pointed out already, this is horrible for multiple reasons, and I won't stand idly by and let them get away with this. There's a whole list of reasons as to why this AI implementation is a bad idea, so let's go through them. The first reason is that, while technologically advanced, AI in its current state is still in its infancy. There is a very high chance that this new AI model could falsely flag someone as being a minor. In fact, this is already starting to happen. The way that this model works is it analyzes your watch history and the type of videos that you engage with the most frequently. If you watch content featuring subjects that are popular with minors, then you are more likely to be flagged as a minor. This is an issue as many adults enjoy watching content surrounding topics such as Pokemon and Minecraft that have been historically marketed towards kids. Not only that, but minors who watch more quote-unquote mature content can skirt around this detection no problem. This punishes adults who enjoy content based around subjects popular with kids, and this isn't even the first time YouTube has done this, but that's a subject for another video. This AI can also be easily bypassed by not logging in. Plus, minors may just use their parents' ID or credit card to bypass this restriction, thus completely defeating the point. The next issue is how YouTube determines verification if you are flagged as a minor. Now, in fairness, this is not new, as YouTube has required some degree of verification for years, but with the amount of false flags coming in, more people are going to need to verify their identity and age, which can be dangerous. YouTube currently accepts 3 different forms of verification: a government-issued ID, such as a passport or driver's license, a selfie, or a credit card. I feel like I shouldn't really have to say this, but you should never give out any of these over the internet, especially the first one, unless it's like a very rare instance where you are protected, and even then you should use caution. I don't mean to come off as fear-mongering, but I remember many a hack where people's private information and credit card info were leaked online, most notably the 2011 PSN hack and one of the many Facebook hacks. Since most of the general public are aware of these age verification tactics, what's stopping someone from hacking into YouTube's servers to access this private information? If this information does get leaked, hackers and scammers could now have access to addresses, full legal names, birthdays, social security numbers, credit card info, and scans of people's faces, including those of minors. We really need to stop companies from implementing these policies that could put people in danger, lest we have another Facebook hack. Next point is how this could be used as a form of censorship that conservatives can use to prevent people from educating themselves on various subjects that they don't want them to see. Now, the word censorship has been thrown around a lot from both sides, but this is one of those instances where censorship can be a real issue. Red-pilled individuals could abuse YouTube's already pretty broken age verification system to force a video detailing a subject that they don't like into being age-restricted. This means that any account that is flagged as a minor would be unable to watch these videos. Some of these topics affected would be fertility, mental health issues, and queer issues, among others. These videos could be the saving grace for those who are currently undergoing a mental health crisis or those who are exploring their sexuality or gender for the first time. These videos could even potentially save lives, or at the very least could provide some degree of comfort and understanding in typically a very dark and confusing time in a person's life. But if these videos get age restricted, less people will have access to them, and thus we lose one more avenue of education. And the less educated our public is, the worse off our society will be. The final point I want to make is how this shifts the blame from the parents to the services. I'm noticing a disturbing trend with modern parents where they'll force platforms to modify their rules and features under the guise of keeping kids safe while letting their kids roam free on the internet. You'd think, given that modern parents are the first to grow up with the internet, they would have learned some form of tech responsibility. But no. These parents are giving their kids devices and allowing them to watch hours of content unrestricted, all while not monitoring what their kids are watching. This can, and often does, result in kids watching content that is wildly inappropriate and or dangerous. And look, I'm not trying to defend YouTube in any way, shape, or form. But I know the reason they're implementing this AI is because they're trying to bend over backwards to the wills of lazy and entitled parents, while these parents are not taking the responsibility and shielding their kids from stuff that they shouldn't be seeing. And while these are all implemented under the guise of keeping kids safe, in actuality, they just punish people who want to watch these pieces of content, who want to access this stuff. Plus, AI in and of itself already has a number of security concerns, inaccuracies, and even environmental impacts. While I'm not saying that YouTube is perfect in what videos get recommended to minors, what I am saying is that parents need to stop blaming everyone else for their own shortcomings. And for all that is good and holy in this world, stop forcing your kids to watch hour-long compilations of Cocomelon because you don't want to bother with your own kid. I'm not saying don't allow your kids to use any kind of technology at all, but what I am saying is that putting your kid in front of a screen for hours on end is detrimental to their mental well-being. And when you do allow your kid to watch stuff on YouTube, for all that is good and holy, monitor what they are watching. It's not that hard. So, what can we do? Unfortunately, not much. Firstly, just don't use YouTube. If your favorite creator has content on a different platform, just go watch it there. I know this can be tough given that YouTube is currently the largest video sharing platform on the internet and is free, but some channels have been posting their content on other platforms, such as Spotify, Floatplane, Twitch, and Vimeo. Second, if not watching YouTube is not an option, just don't watch YouTube signed in. You may lose some features, but it seems like the AI only tracks usage from accounts, so it's certainly worth a shot. And finally, and this almost kind of feels a bit like a long shot, write to your local politician. Focus on how you don't want these policies to be allowed on platforms, and focus on the security risk, especially those for children. I know this is a different kind of video than I normally make, but this was an extremely important subject I felt like I needed to talk about. Anyway guys, take care and be safe.